A few days ago, the New York Times released a poll finding that Donald Trump is beating Joe Biden like a drum because the Biden economy is failing and voters know it. The Times poll found Trump ahead in 5 of 6 swing states by an average of 5 points among registered voters. They projected that if the election were held today, Trump would get over 300 electoral votes, which is a blowout. This is a New York Times poll, which, if anything, is biased against Trump. Meanwhile, another bias poll from CBS has Trump up by 3 points nationwide, which would be an almost 8-point swing for Mr. Trump compared to the official results in 2020. What's accounting for the nationwide swing for Trump? The media certainly hasn't gotten any friendlier to him, but it turns out reality has a say, specifically the reality of Bidenomics. Last week, a Bloomberg poll of swing state voters found that the economy is the single most important problem for swing voters, polling at 39% as their top issue. The next most important issues, immigration and democracy, come in at just 9 points each. Abortion, guns, healthcare, and climate all poll 5% or less. The wars, by the way, poll around 1% as top issue for swing voters, so that's basically congressmen and their defense lobbyists. In the poll, fully 83% of registered voters said that the economy is, quote, very important in deciding their 2024 vote. The most important aspect of it is first inflation, with 69% of voters worried about, quote, the cost of everyday goods and services. Next were taxes, cited by 34% of voters, housing, cited by 27%, and interest rates, meaning borrowing costs, also cited by 27%. Another 22% care about budget deficits, and 18% are worried about salaries and availability of jobs. That number is probably going to go up now that unemployment is rising. Note, every single one of these economic topics is more important than any other political issue right now. All that is translating into a widespread rejection of Joe Biden by swing voters and a matching embrace of Donald Trump. Bloomberg asked swing voters who they trust to handle the economy. In Wisconsin, Nevada, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, they picked Trump by 10 points. In North Carolina and Arizona by 15 points, and in Georgia by 20 points. Notably, women are more worried about the economy than men, with fully 79% of women concerned about the national economy. Also interestingly, older voters were more likely to say Bidenomics is bad for the economy, with baby boomers, that's age 67 and above, tied with relatively conservative Gen Xers for the worst. Which makes sense considering inflation is currently brutalizing the elderly who probably thought they were set for life. So what is next? Brought to you by Unchained. What's next is the saving grace of socialism is that it does not work. Meaning so long as we have free speech, so long as we can help people connect the dots, the voters will reject socialism, pretty slogans and all. And they're apparently doing just that, rejecting the big business socialism, the war on production, and the actual wars that seem to sprout like mushrooms. It's a long ways to next November, but voters are seeing through the media spin on the economy, and the elite could be up for another wholesale rejection like they got in 2016 and they dodged in 2020. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.